Adrian, it hurts, I whisper. Rain drums on the broken windshield and warm blood slides down my neck. Stay with me, he says, voice shaken. His hands press my stomach. Damn it, stay with me. The baby. I cough, taste metal. Adrian, our baby. He flinches. For a second his eyes meet mine, then his phone starts to ring. Don't go, I murmur, catching his sleeve. I'm not going anywhere, he says, but he pulls one hand away and answers. Lila? My heart twists. Lila. It's done, he says now, breathing hard. The phone is on speaker. Maybe his hands are too bloody to hold it. After this, we're free. Free. The word cuts deeper than the glass in my skin. Are you sure she's... Lila's voice trembles through the speaker. Adrian, there won't be any problems, right? She's losing too much blood, he answers. The paramedics won't make it in time out here. I stare at his profile. He sounds tired, not broken, annoyed, not grieving. So we're really done with them? Lila asks. With her father's conditions, the shares, all of it? I'll handle the board after this, Adrian says softly. Just stay calm. We'll get what we deserve. The baby. Our baby. I thought losing the child would be the worst pain of my life. I was wrong. My fingers tremble on the wet asphalt. Adrian, what are you saying? He jerks like he remembered I exist. Hang up, Lila, he snaps. The ambulance is coming. Okay, she whispers. Call me when it's over. The call ends. Even with the phone dark, I can still see her sitting too close to him on the sofa. Adrian, that color suits you, she used to say, brushing his cuff. Helena would smile that thin smile and say, Our Adrian always had good taste. Pity your cousin never learned how to dress for our world. He leans over me again. Look at me, he orders. Don't close your eyes. Why? I whisper. So you can tell them you tried? His hands freeze. What are you talking about? I heard you, I breathe. You and Lila. Free after this. My father's shares. His jaw clenches. Rage flashes in his eyes. Not guilt. Rage that I heard. You're delirious, he says. You don't know what you're saying. I know, I answer, my voice thin but clear. You never loved me. Sirens hum. I remember bringing Helena soup when she was sick. Thank you, she said, taking the bowl without a smile. A convenient marriage must still look respectable. Remember that, child. Convenient? I forced a laugh. Of course, she replied. You provide the link to your father's company. Adrian provides status. Don't confuse duty with love. Now I lie on the road and think. She told me the truth. Pain rips through me, lower, emptier. The baby, I whisper. Is there any chance? He looks down. No, there isn't. A broken sound escapes me. I wanted to be a good wife, a good mother. I tried. I know, he says. He doesn't say he's sorry, only, I know. Rain hits my face and my vision blurs. Adrian, I say, if I could live again, I wouldn't stay. He frowns. Don't say stupid things. I'd leave you first, I whisper. Before you could throw me away. Before your mother looked at me like trash. Before Lila stole your heart in front of me. She didn't steal anything, he mutters. So you gave it, I say. Figures. My fingers go numb. I loved you, I tell him. Even when you were cold, even when you forgot my birthday. He closes his eyes. Stop talking. I wish I could. I murmur. I wish I could stop loving you. Darkness creeps in at the edges of my sight. Please, he says suddenly, voice raw. Don't die. I almost laugh. Afraid of the scandal? For once, I whisper. I don't want to die like this. Loving you and begging. If there is another chance, I'll walk away first. The last thing I feel is his grip on my hand. The last thing I wish is sharp and simple. Let me live again. Let me leave you first. I wake with a scream stuck in my throat. But the pain is gone. My hands fly to my stomach. No blood, no glass, no cold asphalt under my back. I sit up fast, breathing hard. The room is dark. Quiet. Too quiet. My old wallpaper, my old desk, my old curtains. No, I whisper, stumbling out of bed. This can't be real. I turn on the lamp. My heart stops. The calendar on the wall is 3 years old. 3 years ago. My wedding hasn't happened yet. I press a shaking hand against my mouth as memories of dying in Adrian's arms crash into me. His calm voice on the phone, Lila's soft laugh, Helena's cold smile. I'm back, I whisper. I'm really back. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. A notification. From him. Adrian, we should talk about our engagement today. I almost drop the phone. My fingers shake, but my anger steadies me. 3 years ago, this message made me blush, made me smile like a fool. Now it makes my stomach twist. I won't fall for it again, I whisper, but my voice breaks. I lock myself in the bathroom and turn on the shower to drown out the sound as I slide down to the floor and cry, quiet, ugly, shaking sobs. Pain mixes with rage, fear with disgust, grief with something sharper. You killed me, I whisper to the empty room. All of you. A soft knock breaks my thoughts. Sweetheart, my mother calls. Breakfast is ready. Her voice, warm, alive. I cover my mouth and sob harder. She knocks again. We're waiting downstairs. Come whenever you're ready. When I open the bathroom door, I splash cold water on my face, lift my head and look in the mirror. My eyes are red, but something new burns in them. Resolve. I get another chance, I tell my reflection. I won't waste it. Downstairs, my father is sitting at the table reading the newspaper like he always did. When he sees me, he beams. There's my girl, he says. We're meeting Adrian later, right? Nice young man. My chest tightens painfully. Dad, I whisper. Yes, he asks, smiling. I force a smile back. Nothing. I'm just happy to see you. He chuckles. You see me every day. Not in the life I left behind. My mother places food in front of me, gentle as ever. Eat well today. It's a big day. It is, I answer softly, but not for the reason you think. Everything looks the same, but I am not. Hours later, when the doorbell rings and Adrian steps inside with flowers, time freezes. He looks exactly as he did back then. Handsome, composed, distant. Good afternoon, he says politely to my parents before turning to me. We need to discuss our engagement, I finish for him. His eyes flicker in surprise. In my last life, I nodded shyly, unable to meet his gaze. This time, I hold it. Come sit, my father says, clapping Adrian's shoulder like he's already family. We're excited for the formal proposal. Adrian gives a small smile. I'm glad. His voice is smooth, controlled, the voice of a man who marries for gain, not love. Inside, bile rises in my throat, but outside, I only smile. Yes, I say. Let's talk. He sits across from me, posture perfect. The engagement party will be next month. My mother wants something tasteful. Tasteful, Helena's favorite word. I nod. That's fine. He watches me for a moment too long. You seem calm? Calm? If only he knew. Should I be nervous? I ask lightly. No. I just expected. He pauses. A different reaction. I tilt my head. Do you want me to be excited? The question throws him off. He clears his throat. It's an important decision. In that case, I say, lifting my chin, I accept your proposal. My mother gasps in joy. My father grins. Adrian blinks. You do? He asks. Yes. But in my mind, the rest of the sentence whispers like a blade. I accept, so I can walk away on my own terms. My father stands to shake Adrian's hand. Welcome to the family. Adrian smiles politely. I'll do my best. Liar. I fold my hands in my lap and smile sweetly. Inside, everything is fire. As he slips the ring onto my finger, I stare into his calm, emotionless eyes and make my silent vow: I will not die for you again. I will not cry for you again. I will leave you first. The morning sun spills across my room, warm and bright, but I don't feel any of it. I sit at the edge of my bed scrolling through the wedding planner's messages. In my last life, I would have jumped up, heart racing, eager for Adrian's approval on every detail. This time, I just turn off my phone. I won't chase him again. When Lila arrives with her fake sweet smile and a box of wedding magazines, I know exactly what she's here for. She doesn't even sit before she gushes. Adrian has such perfect taste. Honestly, you're so lucky. Most men don't care about weddings, but he actually called me yesterday to ask about. I look up sharply. He called you? She freezes for a second. Oh, of course. He wanted a second opinion. I mean, we're family, so it's natural. Natural? I repeat, but my voice is flat as stone. Her smile twitches, but she keeps going. So, let's look at dresses. I think something elegant would match Adrian's vibe. You know he doesn't like anything too flashy. I flip through the magazines slowly. I'll choose whatever I want. Her lips part as if she didn't hear me right. What? You heard me, I say with a small, cold smile. My wedding. My dress. My choice. Her eyes narrow just a little. Barely noticeable, but I see it. She's irritated. In my last life, I leaned on her for advice, thinking she cared. Now I watch her like someone watching a snake slither too close. So, she clears her throat. Adrian told me you haven't called him in a few days. Oh? I shrug. I've been busy. Busy? She repeats too quickly. With what? Life. Her face stiffens. I close the magazine and stand. I have something to do. You can stay if you want, but I won't be joining you. She watches me walk away with eyes sharper than before. Eyes that no longer see a weak, obedient bride-to-be. Good. That afternoon, I knock on Mr. Rivera's office door. He looks up, surprised but kind, as always. Ah, miss, what brings you here? Preparing for the wedding? Yes, I say, sitting across from him. But I want to learn more about my rights. And the shares in my name. His brows rise. In my last life, I didn't even know those shares existed until Adrian's family used them against me. What exactly do you want to understand? He asks. I force a casual tone. Just for learning. I want to be informed. He studies me for a long moment, then nods. All right. If you wish to understand, I'll teach you. For the next hour, we review documents, contracts, and my legal standing. I take notes quickly, absorbing every word. When he finishes explaining inheritance laws and shareholder authority, he leans back. You've grown, he says gently. You ask different questions now. I offer him a small smile. People change. Some do, he says. And sometimes, they change because they're hurting. My hand stills, gripping the pen harder. Mr. Rivera, does knowledge protect people? It gives them options, he answers, and power. I leave his office with a new weight in my pocket. Information, the first weapon I didn't have in my last life. That night, I open a secret bank account and start transferring small amounts of money, careful not to raise suspicion. While everyone sleeps, I study contracts, laws, and financial reports with a determination that scares even me. I'm building my road out, brick by brick, quiet step by quiet step. A few days later, Adrian calls later than usual. I let it ring 3 times before answering. Why haven't you been calling me lately? he asks without greeting. His voice is calm, but there's something sharp beneath it. I didn't know I had to report my schedule, I answer lightly. You've never acted like this before. I smile to myself. Is that bad? That's not what I meant, he says. Are you upset with me? No, I say softly. I'm fine. It's a lie. A clean, simple lie that slips out with ease. In the silence that follows, I hear his breathing shift. Frustration, confusion, maybe even unease. Good. Let him wonder. Let him try to understand the new woman standing in front of him. Because I'm not the same bride-to-be who worshipped him. I'm not the same wife who died for him. I end the call first. A small victory, but a sweet one. As I set my phone down, I whisper to the darkness of my room. This time, I won't let you ruin me. I won't let any of you ruin me. And for the first time since coming back, I feel a spark of something warm in my chest. Strength. The wedding looks perfect. Flowers everywhere. Music soft and dreamy. Guests smiling. Adrian standing at the end of the aisle like a polished statue. Everyone sees a beautiful bride walking toward her handsome groom, but inside, I feel nothing. It's like watching a movie I've already seen. Same lines, same scene, same ending where I die choking on betrayal. My dress feels heavy, not because of the fabric, but because I know exactly what this marriage becomes. When Adrian lifts my veil, his expression is polite, practiced. You look beautiful, he says in a tone that doesn't warm at the edges. Thank you, I answer with a smile that is just as empty. We exchange vows, rings, kisses. Applause fills the hall. My parents cry from happiness. Helena nods approvingly, pleased her son made the right marriage. And I just stand there, feeling like a ghost haunting my own life. After the ceremony, nothing is surprising. Adrian works late. Again. Sorry, he texts. Emergency meeting. Same excuse as before. Same lie I swallowed whole in my past life. But this time, I simply reply with, okay, drive safely. I don't wait up. I don't warm his dinner. I don't stare at the door hoping he'll come home early. I brew tea for myself and head to my study. My new territory. Stacks of business reports sit on the desk. Contracts. Notes. Mr. Rivera helped me understand. I flip through them calmly under the warm lamplight. Around midnight, the door opens. Adrian steps inside, loosening his tie. You're still awake? I don't look up. He walks into the room, stops in front of my desk. What are you doing? Reading, I answer without hesitation. You never used to read these. He picks up one of the reports with a frown. Since when are you interested in quarterly earnings? I shrug. Since I realized I should depend on myself. His eyebrows draw together. Is someone pressuring you? No. I tap the page lightly. Just learning. He stares at me for a long second, searching my expression like it's a puzzle he can't solve. In the past, I would have rushed to explain, desperate for him to understand me, love me, acknowledge me. Now, I lift another paper and keep reading. I'm going to bed, he says finally. Don't stay up too late. I'll manage. He hesitates, as if waiting for me to follow him. When I don't, he leaves quietly. When the door closes, I exhale slowly. It feels good. Dinner at his parents' house is another familiar battlefield. Helena sits at the head of the table, wearing her usual cold expression. Her icy gaze lands on me like she's looking at an uninvited guest rather than her daughter-in-law. I heard you've been spending nights studying business reports, she says, slicing her steak with dainty force. Quite unusual for someone of your background? I smile. Thank you for noticing. Adrian nearly chokes on his water. Helena's fork pauses midair. I wasn't complimenting you. I know, I say pleasantly. Her eyes narrow. Then why are you smiling? Because your opinion doesn't upset me anymore. A heavy silence falls. Even the servants look up for a moment. Adrian clears his throat. Mother, that's enough. Helena's lips thin. I'm only concerned that she might be trying to interfere where she doesn't belong. Don't worry, I say gently. I know exactly where I belong. And where is that? Wherever I choose. Another silence. Helena isn't used to this version of me, the version that doesn't swallow her insults and cry in the bathroom later. She waits for me to break, to show anger or tears. I show nothing. Just calm. Cold calm. On the drive home, Adrian glances at me several times before finally asking, "Did something happen?" "What do you mean?" I ask lightly. "You're different." "Am I?" "Yes," he says quietly. "You used to try harder. With my mother. With me." A small laugh escapes me. Trying harder didn't get me much, did it? He grips the steering wheel. "I didn't ask you to change." "I know," I say. "That's why I changed for myself." He falls silent. I can see it now. Real confusion. He doesn't say it, but I can feel it in the way he watches me when he thinks I won't notice. This wife, calm, distant, unreadable, isn't the one he remembers. In my past life, he held all the power. In this life, every brick of the cage he built for me is crumbling under my feet. That night, I stand at the balcony, watching the city lights blink like distant stars. Behind me, Adrian pauses in the doorway. "You're thinking about something," he says. I don't turn. Everyone thinks about something. "I don't like not knowing what's on your mind." I smile at the night sky. "Then I guess you'll have to get used to it." He doesn't reply, but I feel it. The shift. For the first time, it isn't me wondering about him. It's him wondering about me. I wait until the contract is signed. Until my father shakes Adrian's hand. Until Adrian's company posts the announcement online. Until Helena's smile stretches just wide enough to show she's satisfied. Only then do I move. After dinner, Adrian loosens his tie and sinks into the sofa with the usual tired sigh. "Long day," he murmurs. I sit across from him, hands calm, heartbeat steady. "Adrian." He glances up. "Let's get a divorce." The air goes still. For a second, he doesn't react. Then he lets out a soft, disbelieving laugh. "That's not funny." "I'm not joking." His smile falters. "Come on, what's wrong? Did something happen today?" "Yes," I say. "I decided I'm done." He blinks, the confusion surfacing first, then irritation. "Done with what?" "With us." His posture straightens. "Are you upset about my mother's comment?" "I told you This isn't about your mother." I cut in gently. "It's about you and me, and the fact that you married me for convenience." His jaw tightens. "I never said that." "You didn't have to." I lean back. "You have the convenience now, the contract, the alliance, everything you wanted. So let's end this while we're still polite." His calm mask cracks, just a little. "You think you can say something like that and walk away?" "Yes." He stands abruptly. "No, absolutely not. I'm not asking for permission." He stares at me, stunned. "What's gotten into you? You're being irrational." "Irrational?" I smile faintly. "I've never been more rational." "You're my wife," he says, voice sharp. "And you're my mistake." I answer quietly. He flinches. For a moment, neither of us speaks. Then his phone rings, slicing through the silence. He glances at the screen. Lila. Of course. He rejects the call, but it rings again immediately. He sighs and answers, turning slightly away from me. "What, Lila?" Her voice is high and anxious. Loud enough for me to hear. "Adrian, why didn't you call me back? You said you would—" "I'm busy," he snaps. I raise an eyebrow. He never snapped at her in my past life. Ever. What's wrong? She whines. You sound angry. Because you keep calling, he mutters. Is she there? Lila asks, voice dripping with jealousy. She tries, and fails, to hide. I smile to myself. Good. Let her feel it. Yes. My wife is here, he says pointedly. Why does it sound like you're fighting? She pushes. Did she do something? Do you need me to? Lila, he cuts in, voice low and irritated. Stop talking. The room goes quiet. Even through the phone, I can feel her shock. Adrian. Why are you being like this? Did she? Enough. He hangs up. For a long moment, he keeps staring at his phone like he doesn't understand what he just did. Then he turns to me. See? This is what happens when you say things like that. People misunderstand. I didn't say anything to her, I interrupt. Your relationship with her isn't my responsibility. There is no relationship. I tilt my head. Then why do you sound guilty? He opens his mouth, closes it again. His hands clench at his sides. I stand slowly. Adrian, I'm not angry. I'm not hurt. I just don't want this marriage anymore. You think you can walk away so easily? He says softly, dangerously. Yes. You won't, he insists. You won't just leave. Watch me. His confusion deepens into something tight and frustrated. This doesn't make sense. You've wanted this marriage. You cared. I stopped, I say. Somewhere along the line, I stopped. That's impossible, he whispers. Not impossible, I correct. Just overdue. I step past him, heading toward the hallway. Where are you going? He asks. To sleep. In the guest room. You're serious? He breathes. Yes. He stares at me like I'm a stranger. Because I am. I'm not the wife who waited for him like a loyal shadow. I'm the woman walking away from him for the first time. As I reach the stairs, he calls after me. We're not getting a divorce, he says. I don't turn around. You don't get to decide that. This is my marriage, he snaps. Not anymore, I answer softly. This time, it's mine. And step by steady step, I leave him standing in the living room, clutching his phone with Lila's missed call flashing on the screen. The first crack in his perfect world. I move out on a Wednesday morning. I pack only what I need. Clothes, documents, my laptop. When Adrian comes downstairs and sees the suitcases by the door, he freezes. What are you doing? He demands. I need space, I say calmly. Just for a while. Space? His brows knit together. We're married. Yes, I reply, opening the door. And that's the problem. He steps forward as if to block me, but I slip past him before he can react. He doesn't chase. Not yet. He only stares, stunned, as I leave the house that once felt like a coffin. With Mr. Rivera's quiet assistance, I sign a new job contract. A fresh start, a clean slate. My first day at Mr. Chen's company is nothing like the suffocating luxury of Adrian's world. The office is bright, energetic, alive. Mr. Chen shakes my hand firmly. I read your reports, he says. You have potential. Don't waste it. I won't, I promise. He nods once and walks away, already busy with 3 phone calls. Minutes later, a cheerful voice chirps beside me. Hi, you must be the new hire. I'm Hannah. She's small, smiling, and full of energy, like sunlight in human form. I can't help but like her immediately. I'm glad you're here, she says. We need more women who look like they mean business. I laugh softly. Do I look like that? Absolutely. And also like someone who needs a friend. Lucky for you, I'm great at that. Her warmth disarms me. I didn't realize how cold I've been. How alone. Thank you, I say quietly. Anytime, she replies with a wink. For the first time in 2 lifetimes, I feel useful, in control, alive, until the third day. When I step into the lobby after work, I see Adrian standing beside the entrance in a tailored suit, looking like he belongs in a magazine, not in my new, modest world. My stomach tightens, but I keep walking. He pushes off the wall and approaches me. "Why didn't you answer my calls?" "I was working." "You could have sent a text." "Why?" I ask. "Would it have changed anything?" His jaw clenches. "When are you coming home?" I meet his eyes. "We're already done, Adrian. You just don't see it yet." His breath catches, and for a moment he looks genuinely lost. "What does that even mean? You can't just walk away." "I already did." I step around him without waiting for his response. Behind me, I hear his voice, low, frustrated, and unsure. "This isn't funny." "It isn't a joke," I say over my shoulder. "It's my life." Each day, he appears more often, waiting by the lobby, leaning against his car, sitting in the cafe across the street. Sometimes he tries to act calm. Sometimes he's irritated. Sometimes he looks like he hasn't slept. But I always give him the same answer. "Go home, Adrian. My home is with you." It never was. We're married. Not for long. Every word chips away at his confidence, his control, the quiet power he always believed he had over me. He hates it. He doesn't understand it, and he can't stop it. One afternoon, I tell Hannah everything. Well, almost everything. Not the rebirth, not the death, but the betrayal, the loveless marriage, the suffocation. She listens with wide eyes and a soft, pained expression. "You're stronger than you think," she says finally. "Most people would have stayed. You walked away." "I had to," I whisper. "Good," she says firmly. "Because you deserve better." Her support feels like a warm hand wrapped around mine in the dark. But there's another darkness I can't ignore. At night, in my quiet apartment, I search old records, company files, messages, hidden calls I remember from my last life. I follow small clues: a strange insurance policy, a suspicious repair order, an anonymous message my past self ignored. Piece by piece, threads of the accident begin to surface. The accident that killed me. No, the accident they orchestrated. A cold shiver crawls up my spine. I'm not ready to confront it. Not yet. But I will be. The next week, Adrian appears again at the lobby entrance. "Get in the car," he says, trying to sound authoritative. "No. You can't keep doing this." "Yes," I reply, brushing past him. "I can." He grabs my wrist. Not hard, but desperate. "Just talk to me." "I am talking," I say. "You're not listening." His hand loosens. "We're done, Adrian." I walk away. His voice reaches me, strained and cracking for the first time. "I'm not letting you go." I don't turn back. "You already lost me." And for the first time in 2 lifetimes, he's the one chasing, while I keep walking forward. I find Marcus on a quiet Thursday afternoon. He answers my message within minutes, surprised I reached out. "It's been a long time," he says when he meets me at a downtown cafe. "Adrian told me you two were working things out?" I offer a polite smile. "Something like that." He studies me, too carefully. He's sharper than he looks. "I wanted to ask about an old project," I say, taking out a notebook. "One you and Adrian worked on 3 years ago." He raises a brow. 3 years? That's specific. "What's this about?" "I'm curious," I say lightly, "trying to understand the company's history." Marcus laughs softly. "You? Since when?" "Since now." He sits back, looking conflicted. "That time was complicated." I keep my tone gentle. "Complicated how?" He hesitates, tapping his fingers against the table. "Look, I don't know what Adrian told you." He didn't tell me anything, I say. That's the problem. The truth is, Adrian always kept secrets, and I always pretended not to notice. Marcus clears his throat. Back then, there were issues with the board. Your family's shares? The merger? I nod, encouraging him. Go on. He glances around, lowers his voice. Adrian was under pressure. A lot of it. His mother had plans. And Lila, she wasn't exactly helping. The mention of her name makes my stomach twist. What kind of pressure? I ask. He sighs. The kind that makes people desperate, reckless. Helena was terrified your father would change his mind about the alliance. Lila kept whispering that you were a risk, that you were too emotional, unstable. My grip tightens on my pen. Lila said that? He nods. And Helena wanted Adrian to cut ties cleanly if anything went wrong. Their words, not mine. Something cold settles in my chest. Cut ties how? I ask quietly. Marcus goes still. Too still. His eyes drop to the table. You don't want to know. I do. You really don't. Marcus, I say softly. Tell me. He exhales shakily. There were discussions, dark ones, about removing obstacles before the merger finalized, about making sure nothing jeopardized it. My heart pounds painfully. Removing obstacles? Do you mean? He doesn't answer. He doesn't have to. I whisper, there were talks about getting rid of me, weren't there? Marcus closes his eyes. I didn't agree with any of it. I left the company for a reason. My throat tightens, but I force my voice to stay calm. Did Adrian know? Marcus hesitates again, then nods slowly. Yes, but he didn't start it. Helena pushed. Lila fueled it. Adrian gave in. My blood runs cold. So my accident. I don't know the details. Marcus interrupts quickly, but I know the conversations, and I know what kind of people were involved. I lean back, breath shaking. Everything I remembered, the dark road, the sudden crash, Adrian's too calm voice on the phone. It all makes sense now. I thank Marcus and leave before he can stop me. When I get home, Adrian is waiting outside my building, leaning against his car. His shoulders tense when he sees my expression. You look upset, he says, stepping toward me. Did something happen? I walk past him without answering. He grabs my wrist. Talk to me. I whirl around. Fine, let's talk. His eyes widen when he hears my tone. I met Marcus today, I say. He told me things. Adrian's face drains of color. Marcus? Why would you? What did he say? Enough. He swallows hard. Meaning? Meaning I know about the discussions, about Helena, about Lila, about the problems they wanted to remove. Adrian's breath catches. His grip loosens. Nothing happened, he says quickly, too quickly. They were upset. They said stupid things. But you knew, I whisper. You heard them, and you didn't stop them. He steps back as if I slapped him. It wasn't like that. Then tell me, I say. Tell me how it was. He opens his mouth, but nothing comes out. His eyes dart away, fearful, ashamed, desperate. For the first time since I've known him, he looks small. It was out of my control, he mutters. My mother had influence. Lila kept... I didn't agree with anything, I didn't... But you didn't stop it, I say again. You didn't stop them from planning my death. His eyes snap to mine, raw and exposed. I didn't know they would actually... I laugh. A broken, bitter sound. That's your defense? That you didn't think they'd follow through? I didn't think they'd go that far, he says, voice cracking. I didn't think... That's the problem, Adrian, I say softly. You never think. You just obey. He flinches. You're not the cold, perfect husband I once believed in, I continue. You're a coward. His voice is barely a whisper. Stop. I won't. I step closer. Because this time, I see you clearly. You're not the man I died for. He shuts his eyes in pain, and I won't be the woman who dies for you again. When I walk past him, he doesn't try to stop me. For the first time in both my lives, he has no idea how to hold me back. I don't go to war with screams. I go with silence. And evidence. Every message Marcus forwarded. Every file he warned me about. Every recording I recovered from old backups. Piece by piece, I build the truth they thought I'd never find. I send copies to my father first. 5 minutes later, he calls me, voice shaking with anger. Sweetheart, how long have you known? Long enough, I whisper. I won't let them touch you again, he says. Not this time. Then I send everything to 3 major partners, then to 2 board members. Then, last, to Adrian. I don't write a single word in the email. The attachments speak for themselves. The reactions come faster than I expect. By the next day, whispers spread through the business circle like wildfire. Helena's been manipulating shares. Was it true about the staged accident? Lila was involved too? How deep does this go? And just like that, the walls Helena built her empire on crack. When I walk into a shareholder meeting with my father, Helena's eyes lock onto me, wild, furious. You! She hisses, standing so fast her chair scrapes the floor. You did this. I smile politely. No, you did. You ungrateful little... Enough, mother. Adrian's voice cuts sharply across the room. Helena freezes, stunned by the tone he's never used on her before. He steps between us, shoulders tense. Stop attacking her. Her eyes widen. You're taking her side? After everything I've done for you? Yes, he says quietly, because everything you've done almost killed her. For a moment, Helena looks like she's been struck. But the room buzzes with too many ears and too many rumors. She's losing ground fast. Investors murmur to each other. Some shake their heads. Some glare. One finally says, Mrs. Hale, until the board finishes investigating, your position is suspended. She gasps. You can't do this? They already have. Her fall begins. Meanwhile, Lila faces her own unraveling. My mother confronts her in our living room, voice trembling with disappointment I've never heard before. How could you? My mother asks softly. We treated you like family. Lila's lips tremble. Once, twice, before her mask shatters completely. He never loved her, she screams. Never. She was never good enough for him anyway. My mother steps back, shocked. Lila... You all think she's some perfect victim. Lila spits, shaking. But she was in the way. She ruined everything. Enough. My father's voice is ice. Lila looks around wildly, realizing too late there's no sympathy left for her. Adrian loves me. He always loved me. No, I say from the doorway. She whirls toward me. If he loved you, I continue, he wouldn't be losing everything right now trying to protect me. Her face contorts, ugly and twisted. You don't deserve anything you have. Maybe, I say calmly, but I definitely don't deserve what you tried to do to me. Lila storms out, slamming the door so hard the frame rattles. My mother looks at me with tearful eyes. Why didn't you tell us sooner? I swallow. Because I didn't know how to survive it then. My father pulls me into a tight embrace. You're safe now. We'll make sure of it. And for the first time in 2 lives, my parents believe me. Adrian finds me later that evening, standing outside my apartment. The wind ruffles his tie, his eyes dull with exhaustion. You sent me the proof, he says quietly. Yes. And you didn't tell me first. You didn't deserve to hear it first. He closes his eyes in pain. I'm trying. I'm trying to protect you now. You're late, I say flatly. You should have protected me then. He exhales shakily. I know. We stand there in silence, the weight of everything pressing between us. Helena is suspended, he says. She may lose her position completely. Lila, she's burned every bridge she ever had. Karma, I whisper, finally came for them. It's not enough, he murmurs. For me? I ask. Or for you? He looks away. Both. For a moment he looks smaller, human, weak. Not the cold, distant man who once held all the power. Tell me what you want, he says. Whatever it is, I'll give it to you. I want justice, I say. Not pity. His throat tightens. I know I can't undo what happened, but I won't let them hurt you again. You already did, I say. You just didn't stop them. He takes a step back, as if the words physically strike him. You're right. I nod once. This isn't forgiveness, Adrian. Not even close. I'm not asking for forgiveness, he says quietly. I'm asking for a chance to make things right. I shake my head. You can't fix what's broken between us. Not with words, not with guilt. His eyes cloud with something fragile. Then what do? Stand there, I say, and watch them fall. He does. And as Helena's empire collapses and Lila's reputation shatters, I feel something I never had in my past life. Not happiness, not triumph, but justice. Finally, justice. Rain pounds against my window like fists. I'm curled on the couch with a blanket around my shoulders, trying to read a report for work, when a loud knock echoes through the apartment. I freeze. No one visits me this late. Another knock. Harder. Desperate. I swallow and walk to the door. Who is it? It's me. Adrian. My heart stutters painfully. I open the door. He stands there soaked from head to toe, hair dripping, shirt clinging to his skin, no suit jacket, no umbrella, nothing polished or perfect about him. Just a man stripped bare. For the first time, he looks human. Adrian, I breathe. He steps inside without waiting for permission, water pooling beneath his shoes. I'm sorry to come like this. I didn't know what else to do. Why are you here? I ask, keeping my voice steady. He rubs a trembling hand over his face. Because I was wrong. His voice cracks. I was wrong about everything. The words punch the air out of me. He continues, voice low, raw. I used you. I let them hurt you. I didn't protect you. I didn't listen. I didn't see what was happening until it was too late. He swallows hard. I won't ask you to forgive me. I know I don't deserve it. Rain drips from the ends of his hair to the floor. Adrian. He shakes his head. Just, please, let me try to make it right. Let me try to be better. These are the words I begged for in my last life. Words I cried for. Words I would have given anything to hear. And now he says them when I'm no longer the woman who needs them. My chest twists painfully. Why now? I whisper. Why say all this now? He laughs bitterly. Because losing you is the only thing I've ever been afraid of. And now it's happening right in front of me. He looks at me with eyes that are finally unguarded. You're slipping through my fingers, and I can't stop it. Slipping? I echo. Adrian, I didn't slip. I walked away. I know. He presses a hand to his chest. And it's killing me. I cross my arms, trying to hold myself together. You didn't care before. I didn't know how, he says. I was raised to think that strength meant control. That emotion was weakness. That marriage was a contract, not a bond. He grips the back of a chair like he needs the support. I didn't realize what I had until I lost it. Silence settles thick between us. Finally, I sit on the edge of the couch. If you want to talk, then talk. But no lies. He nods quickly, relief flickering across his face. Ask me anything. So I do. I ask about the past, about the nights he stayed late at the office, about the pressure from Helena, about Lila's poison whispered into his ear. He answers everything. Not perfectly, not bravely, but honestly. Then, I tell him the truth. I tell him about the accident, what he said on the phone, how he held me while I bled out, how I died. His legs buckle and he sinks to the floor in front of me. I didn't know, he whispers. I swear to you, I didn't know I didn't. He looks sick. If I had known, God, if I had known. I know, I say quietly, but it doesn't change anything. He lifts his head slowly, eyes trembling. Who are you now? A different woman, I answer. A woman who lived a whole lifetime loving you and died because of it. And now I'm back with knowledge you can't imagine. His breath catches. Then why talk to me at all? Why not walk away for good? Because part of me, I look away. Part of me still remembers loving you. The truth hangs heavy in the air. He closes his eyes like the sentence hurts. I don't deserve that. No, I whisper. You don't. Hours pass. We talk until midnight becomes dawn. We talk about who we were, who we pretended to be, who we could become. When the sun finally breaks through the clouds, Adrian sits beside me, exhausted, vulnerable, silent. What now? He asks softly. What choice will you make? I inhale slowly, feeling the weight of both my lives pressing on my shoulders. I'm not going back, I say. Not to being your convenient wife. Not to being someone who waits, begs, breaks, and dies. He nods, bracing himself for the rest. If you want me, I continue, then you walk beside me. Not ahead of me, not above me, beside me. He looks up, something like hope flickering in his eyes. And if you can't do that, I whisper, then this ends here. For good. His voice is barely a breath. I'll try. Every day. Whatever it takes. I turn my face toward the window, watching the rain finally stop. Inside me, the war quiets. Not won, not lost, but calmer. This isn't forgiveness. This isn't surrender. It's a line drawn clearly between us. My final choice is not him. It's me. If he wants to stay in my life, he'll have to learn to keep up. The courthouse hallway smells like old paper and quiet endings. I stand beside Adrian as we sign the last page. The ink dries fast, but the moment feels slow, strangely peaceful. Our first marriage ends not with bitterness, not with tears, but with a simple click of a pen. A clean reset. Adrian exhales shakily. So, that's it? Yes, I say softly. That's it. The judge wishes us luck, as if we're just another couple who couldn't make it work. If only he knew the truth, that we're not ending, but rewriting. As we leave the building, the cold air hits my face like a fresh start. The next months move quickly. I file paperwork for my own small firm. Hannah cheers louder than anyone. You're going to be amazing, she says, throwing her arms around me in a hug. Just don't forget us when you're rich and famous. I doubt that'll happen. I laugh. Too late, she teases. I've already decided. Marcus, more reserved but deeply loyal, helps me gather contacts and set up early meetings. You've got sharp instincts, he tells me. Use them. Don't hold back anymore. And surprisingly, Adrian helps too. Not in the controlling way of the past. Not with strings attached. He steps down from a portion of his authority in the company so his mother can't touch me. Through him, he shows up to help with paperwork, logistics, even office furniture. But he never pushes, never demands, never stands too close unless I invite him near. He's learning, one careful step at a time. 3 months after the divorce, he sends me a message. Can we meet? Just coffee. Nothing else. I stare at my screen for a full minute before typing back. Okay. At the cafe, he's already there, wearing a simple shirt instead of his usual perfect suit. His sleeves are rolled up. His posture is relaxed. He looks approachable, like a man, not a monument. When he stands to greet me, he hesitates, like he's unsure if a handshake, hug, or nothing is allowed. Hi, he says quietly. Hi. We sit. The silence that follows isn't heavy, not the suffocating tension of our past, but an unfamiliar awkwardness, like strangers trying to learn each other again. I heard your firm got a new client, he says with a small smile. We did. I'm proud of you. The words hit something deep in me, not painful, just unexpected. Thank you, I say. A waiter places our drinks on the table. Adrian stirs his coffee, eyes focused on the swirling liquid instead of me. Then, lightly, almost joking, he asks, So, will you give me a chance to chase you properly this time? I raise a brow. Properly? Yes. He meets my eyes. No lies, no contracts, no pressure from anyone else. Just me. Trying. Honestly. The old me would have melted, cried, begged for more. But that woman is gone. I sip my drink, considering him. He waits. Nervous, hopeful, uncertain. Finally, I smile. Not the desperate smile of my past life, but a calm, steady one that belongs only to me now. You can chase, I say softly, but I won't stop walking. He laughs, a sound full of both relief and disbelief. I didn't expect anything less. I don't live for your love anymore, Adrian. I continue. I live for myself. I know, he says quickly, and that's why I want to earn my place beside you. Beside, I repeat, not ahead of me. Never again ahead, he promises. We fall quiet again, but this time the silence is warm. A gentle beginning, not guaranteed, not destined, not forced, just possible. After we finish our drinks, we step outside. The evening breeze carries the scent of early spring. Adrian walks next to me, not too close, not too slow, matching my pace without trying to lead. It feels strange, new, good. I'll walk with you to the bus stop, he says. You don't have to. I want to. And for once, I let him. We walk side by side, the world moving gently around us. No more shadows of the past. No more chains of fear. Just two people learning how to move forward, one step at a time. When we reach the stop, I pause and look at him. You can chase, I repeat, but I won't wait for you to catch me. He nods, eyes steady. Then I'll learn to keep up. I smile again, softer this time. Good. Because now, finally, I know the truth. If he stays beside me, truly beside me, then maybe we can build something new. If he falls behind, if he fails, if he can't match my steps, I already know I can survive without him. I already know I can walk alone. But this time, maybe, I won't have to.